Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Capricorn in July 2021. What's going on, Capricorn? How are you guys doing? I hope you all are doing well. All right, friends, wherever you are in the world right now, I hope you are safe, happy, healthy, and secure. Please continue to take good care of yourselves and those that you know and love. Capricorn, if you celebrated the 4th of July here in the States a few days ago, I hope you had a good time. If you're celebrating any other holiday internationally, perhaps, I also hope you're having a good time, okay? Everybody stay safe. Everybody enjoy their summer. In the northern hemisphere, that is. If you're in the southern hemisphere, bundle up, mate. I don't know. And that's really presumptive, like going straight for the Australian accent. But so wherever you are, just have a good time. Stay safe. You know, dress appropriately for the weather where you are, okay? Capricorn, no other announcements, so anything you want from me, it's already in the description box. Timestamp is down there. Information on how to order a personal reading with me is down there. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I give you a link for that down below as well. Guys, that's the beginning of your reading. We're going to talk about it in just 2 seconds, but just to let you know, we're going to clarify with the same deck and talk about the bottom of the deck as your overall energy in a bit. But to begin, Capricorn, you guys have Knight of Wands, Death reversed, and the Fool. Okay. What's going on? Perhaps you are of two minds about something, or you have two different approaches that you could go with in a situation, or a dynamic between two people has changed, or is possibly in a holding pattern. I do get the sense of uncertainty or things being up in the air, in development, something like that, death in reverse. But it's a bit of a mixed energy, so let's see if we can clear this up. Fire sign energy there, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius with the Nine of Wands, death in reverse, Scorpio, Fool card, Aquarius energy. Could be dealing with any of those signs, don't have to be. I'm getting more like this inflexibility thing, which I think has been thematic for several signs this month. So I'm seeing here unchangeable. Maybe someone's feelings haven't changed. This could be someone carrying a torch. This could be someone sort of standing on a principle, trying to prove a point, something like that. It could be someone acting out in a situation, not wanting to change, being quite mischievous, or playing fast and loose in the situation, not really putting down roots, or being dependable, but then also bringing passion to the situation. It's a lot. There's a lot of different stories going around here, Capricorn. So your energy, I feel, is a bit frayed. And that's fair because it's a collective reading, and you know, to have multiple storylines come through in a collective reading, that's very normal. But this feels like 4, 5, or 6 different ways I could read this energy, which is too much for a general, actually. Unless we're going to sit here for hours and hours. And I could do that, but you wouldn't watch, you wouldn't care. So I'm trying to see which energies, which messages are the more predominant ones, and it does feel like the inflexibility and then the fast and loose, playful, immature energy coming through. And this death in reverse is super crucial, or it's like a pinnacle point, or keystone. Let's say it that way. It's a keystone in your story. Without this, it would be a totally different structure. It would be a totally different thing that we were looking at. But this death in reverse is a shared energy in the group of people, or in the pairing of people that we're talking about. So for some of you, this is 2 people. For some of you, it's multiple people. It doesn't feel too much like it's just one person. But this is shared between the different sides of the story. And I mean, it's showing up in reverse is giving me this feeling of rejection. Do not accept. Do not understand. Do not contemplate. Do not acknowledge. There's just a rejection of what the death represents. Could be disbelief. Could be paranoia, insecurities. There's different ways that'll manifest in the physical world. Could be rage or anger. Could be ignorance. There's several ways that's going to manifest in the physical. But basically, thematically, or metaphorically rather, figuratively, it's resistance to change, resistance to the inevitable, that things are not static in life. We as individuals, the environments we live in, the ways in which we look at and perceive of time and the passage of time, like, it's just counterproductive to say, no, I don't think so. It's here, it exists, it's kind of integral to our existence here, and one or both people, or one or more people, are just like, nah, I disagree. You can disagree all you want, that's the facts. Life changes, situations change, you change, they change, everything changes, everything evolves, everything transforms at some point. And to be like, nah, don't see it, don't care for it, don't want to do it, blah, 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 it's really, it's a disservice. It's just a disservice. Now, who are the people? Because I think that's more important than, I mean, this is, again, still the keystone. It's still very much the shared foundation that you both arrive on, or whoever is involved here arrives on. But let's talk about the people, because number one, you could be on either side, but let's see if I can get a clearer picture of who is who, right? So Knight of Wands, spunky energy, again, fire sign energy there. So somebody who is expressive, somebody who is adventurous, or I don't want to say a free thinker. It's not like that, but like a creative thinker, somebody who thinks outside the box. There you go. That's more what I want to say. Somebody who has little to no interest in being similar to anybody else. Somebody who has little to no interest in not playing by the rules, but not allowing all the rules to go unbroken. If there's 10 rules, this person's like, I'm going to break 2 or 3 of those rules. If they're really, really in their shit, they're going to break like 8 or 9 of them, right? So this is a rebel. Thank you. That's another way that we can say it. This person is a rebel. And that, in terms of a connection point with friends, family, coworkers, lovers, whatever the situation is, that's a hard person to work with, because they're not really beholden to anybody else. They don't feel responsible towards other people. They feel responsible only to themselves and their pleasure, their desires, their passions. It's like and okay, that makes sense. It's a knight, right? So they showed me a couple of very quickly, like, snippets of teenagers from like sitcoms who like, oh my god, mom, get out of my room, or oh my god, how I can't do this homework, I got band practice. It's like, they don't want to do what they're supposed to do. What is a teenager supposed to do? Go to school, get good grades, get into college. Again, supposed to, okay? And then the person that they showed me is like saying, no, I don't want to go to school. I don't care about grades. Life is more than getting into a good college and setting yourself up for life. Like, I want to live. I want to explore. I don't want to be tied down to this. Now, that's fine to a certain extent if we're talking about a teenager. In some of your cases, maybe it is. But in the majority of your cases, Capricorn, this is an adult. This is somebody who is over the age of 18, who has lived a little bit of life, but they show up in this teenage energy, in this angsty energy, in this energy of, you can't tell me what to do. I do what I want to do. And again, inflexible, not wanting to change, not wanting to grow up, something like that. Now, we could be talking about the same person, but let's jump over here to the Fool. This is maybe somebody who's like wanting to cut their losses. Which again, if this is a teenager, if this is a parent situation, parent-child situation, that's kind of shitty. You know, I understand the sentiment, because I'm not a parent myself, but I could see how many parents are just like, oh my god, I just want to get out of here, you know. And I'm not condoning and encouraging anybody to abandon their family. But it is this feeling of, well, if you don't care, I don't care. If this doesn't mean anything to you, it doesn't mean shit to me either. It's a little tit for tat. It's a little petty. Right? It's a little bit petty. But it's also about renewal for some of you. Fresh starts, clean slates. Like someone over here could be holding a grudge, and someone over here is just like, well, please, could we just, you know, start over, or forget about what happened, or forget about what I said or what you said, and this, you know, nobody said anything that was out of order, you know, just like forget about the past. It's very, it's kind of forgetful. It's like, I said that? Oh, I don't remember saying that. So Over here, there's a lack of responsibility. Over here, there's a bit of a lack of accountability. If this is any type of entanglement between two adults, family, friends, lover, whatever, these two people are not the most mature. This person shows up as a major arcana, so they're a little bit more likely, in quotes, likely to be aware of the situation or be able to see it from a higher perspective, but that's not a guarantee. It's just a possibility. And even if they are able to see it from a higher perspective, they don't act in that way. They don't follow through or change their behavior. Maybe that's it. Okay, to be fair, to go back to what I just said, if this person has a higher perspective in terms of spirituality, in terms of sort of the sociological or psychological aspects of the connection, if this person is like, oh, this is toxic, oh, I'm dealing with a narcissist, then that explains why they're very much cut this off, don't want to be involved, clean slate, get away, right? But I get the sense, because again, the death in reverse is shared, I get the sense that this person might say that, but they don't do it. I did say that, right? They say things, but they don't act. They say things, but they don't act according to what they say. Okay. All right. So what else is going on here for Capricorn? Show me more in this situation for Capricorn. What else can you show me? Also might be, I mean, it's very obvious because it's on the card, but there might be a dog of significance in the situation, a little white dog or a smaller dog. Not, I mean, it could be a big dog, but it's interesting. Like this dog thing is coming through, and I feel like someone is comforted by their dog. Someone, you know, I mean, I have cats, so I don't get 100% of what it is, and cats can be this, you know, cuddly and all that stuff, but my cats are not. But I feel like someone goes to the dog and like cuddles with the dog, and like that's their like therapy, like that's their way of de-stressing, is to sit with the dog, you know, pet the dog, you know, snuggle up on the couch with the dog, feed the dog treats, go for walks with the dog. It's just like this very, it's like the dog is a helper, but not in the, you know, official way. It's not like this is the what do you call those dogs? Emotional support dog. I don't think that's technically what the dog is. I don't think the dog is registered as that, but that's how the dog is treated. That's how the dog is perceived of, or talked about very casually, even though, again, it's not officially true. All right, okay, we got there. All right, what else is going on in the situation for Capricorn? Give me more information here for Capricorn in the situation. Give me more insight, please. They're also pointing out, now that I've begun to shuffle here, the horse on the death card. So for some of you, it could be a horse. I saw what that was. And she showed up in your two in that position. She showed up in your pre-shuffle a little bit. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. All right. So first card was Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. High Priestess. Yeah. And then two here, Eight of Cups and the Two of Cups. Okay. So definitely two minds of a situation. Now. Very interestingly, some of you are consulting a psychic, consulting a reader, consulting an astrologist, someone like that. Someone here is looking for answers, insight, information. Not saying it's this reading, not saying I'm the reader, but somewhere you are taking on the information, the insight, the guidance, and advice of somebody who's connected to the esoteric, metaphysical world. Period, paragraph, okay? Again, does not have to be me, but like, Someone here is like, is that the neighbors? Do you hear that? I think that was the okay. Sorry about that. There was like that it's like a weird sound that comes through the telephone or the TV sometimes, whatever. But somebody here is perplexed by the blockage, perplexed by the inflexibility in the situation, is seeking advice, doesn't know how to make this dynamic between the people work, and is looking for answers. Okay? Now, the reason why there's a bit of a problem here, Capricorn, is I think you have people who just have different priorities, different ways of seeing the situation, which is normal. You know, each individual lives a subjective life. They have their own opinions. They have their own reactions and responses. So, but one person is standing strongly in their independence. It came under the Knight of Wands, but it doesn't have to be that person. It could be the person who's in the Fool energy. They can be swapped around. But one person is just like, listen, I'm about me, my business, my money, my happiness, my life, period. That's it. And to have connectivity with a person like that, it's possible, but to have intimate connectivity with a person like that, it's on their terms. So if this was a dating scenario for some of you, this is a person who doesn't want to commit. Or if they are committed, they want to maintain something separate in their life, something private perhaps in their life. You know, this woman, she's standing in like a garden with a gate. So there's like an entry point. And presumably, since it's a gate, not everybody is invited in. So someone here wants things to be either on their terms, or they wish to retain some sense of independence. Now, again, if you're trying to commit to that person, get them to live up to responsibilities and duties, it would be hard because, again, they see their needs as more important than other people at this time. Whether or not that's always how they are, I don't know. And it could be specifically because they're focused on money, making money, building a career, building something of value, constructing something of value, cultivating something of value. That, you know, if you're looking for quality time with your person and you're like, hey, let's get together this weekend, they're like, nah, I got to work overtime. Oh, well, summer's almost over. Do you think we could, you know, take a trip before Memorial Day? Or Labor Day, excuse me, not Memorial Day, Labor Day. And they're like, nah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get the time off. They got the time. They have the ability to take that time, but they choose not to. They'd rather, you know, spend their weekends by themselves or whatever it is, okay? I don't know. Whatever. It's not for me to weigh in. So the other side, 8 of Cups, 2 of Cups. So I think this is more aligned, even though it wasn't, you know, designed, I can't, it can be flipped, but I think the person who has that higher awareness, they're here. It's like, oh man, this is my boo, this is my person, 2 of Cups, possibly my soulmate, they might say, you might say, whomever. This is somebody who is significant in my life, but man, am I sad, or man, am I not pleased, or man, am I not fulfilled. And that's hard, you know? And I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not pointing fingers or anything like that. But there is sort of a romantic feeling over here that somebody is wrapped up in the romance of a situation. Whether or not it's actually a romantic love situation, this, you know, you can have romance or this idea of things being like a storybook, even with friends and family. It's like, oh, we're sisters. Sisters are supposed to be each other's best friends, and we're supposed to comb each other's hair, and we're supposed to go to each other's weddings and raise our children together. You know, there's lots of ways that people have expectations of sisters, brothers, mothers, fathers, you know, cousins, uncles, all that shit, right? So there's this feeling of, this is my person, this is how they relate to me, but I'm not feeling that connectivity, even though I feel it's there. So this is being disappointed in a soul connection. And having that higher awareness, knowing that that's my person, but then being kind of bummed out, well, that's my person, or this is how they're being at this time. And the reconciliation with that isn't really there, because I feel the action point is to just drop a deuce and be like, well, not drop a deuce, but throw the deuces and be like, well, peace out, man. If you're over here doing your thing, not wanting to change, not being open and receptive to the next level in our relationship, or, being fully committed or being fully responsible, then I don't need to be responsible towards you, and I don't need to care so much in this situation. So this is somebody over here who's, I don't want to say regretful, but maybe bitter is a better word, or frustrated and annoyed that they have these feelings and this connection with this person, and it's like kind of going nowhere. Or it feels like, well, is this it? We've been dating for 5 years. We've been in business with each other for 10 years, and I'm looking to expand the business. 5 years dating, I'm looking for us to get married, and this person just shows no interest in doing that. Any idea that I propose to change things, death card in reverse, anything that I want to see us evolve into, this person is resistant to it. And that's frustration. How is this person my soulmate if they're not How is this person my soulmate if they're not working with me? 8 of Pentacles, overall energy. So somebody here, and I feel both sides would say this about themselves, they're doing the work. Or at least that's what they want to do. That's what they say they're prepared to do. I'm prepared to do the work. Or they feel they have been doing the work and it's not panning out. It's not bringing the results, the desired results, right? One or both sides would say the same thing. I'm doing the best I can. I'm showing up. I'm rolling up my sleeves. I'm giving it everything I got. And what I'm getting in return, bupkis. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Or very close to that. Feeling that the effort, thank you, is not reciprocated. Feeling that, yeah, in some cases the feelings are not reciprocated, and you're the only one working in the factory. You're the only one making the donuts. You're the only one trying to make the relationship work. So this is a sad state of affairs, and it feels mostly temporary. And whatever insight you're seeking or the other person is seeking, I think hopefully would be helpful. Not saying it has to come from a tarot reader, it has to come from a psychic or a medium or anything like that. It can come from other places. It can come from, the next door neighbor. There it is again, that sound. You hear it, right? I hope it doesn't interfere with the recording equipment. Shit. I guess we'll find out when I edit. Anyway, so I think this will be helpful, but I don't think it's going to be the answers. It's not going to give you the answer you're expecting, and or it's not going to be plain. It's going to be, for lack of a better word at this moment, cryptic. Okay? Capricorn, that's your reading for July. If you like this reading, hit the like button. If you have any comments on how this resonated, please leave them down below. I would love to read your comments. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, why don't you do so now? It would be so cool. And I would appreciate it. Any interaction with the channel is appreciated. If you want to get at me for a personal reading, that is also appreciated. And you can check out how to do so in the description box below. I'll be back soon for your mid-July readings, Capricorn. Until then, I thank you so much for watching. Take care.